live and on your side. WBRC Fox 6 News starts with breaking news.
That breaking news, our live team coverage tonight from every angle of this horrible scene at UAB Highlands Hospital tonight. A gunman walks in around 7 o'clock, shot 2 people, and we know one of those shot multiple times and then turned the gun on himself.
That's right. Our Josh Gant, Catherine Patterson, Jamise Price, all on this story. Let's start with Jamise. Jamise, what can you tell us tonight?
And Steve, definitely a frightening night for everyone inside this hospital. Definitely a very scary situation for those folks on the second floor where this shooting took place. Now, I spoke with a few people who were on the second floor when all of this happened. They were told to run outside of the building. They were escorted then to the parking lot directly across from the hospital, and they were escorted then to the UAB police headquarters where they were questioned and told exactly what they saw and what they knew happened. Now, I spoke with one woman. She came in from Pickens County. She was there because her brother was having hip surgery. She told me he had just went into surgery when they were told to get out of the building. She also told me that she noticed the shooter wearing scrubs, and she said originally he didn't seem suspicious because it is a hospital. People wear scrubs inside a hospital. But she said that he was making movements that seemed a little bit suspicious. And then a few police officers came inside the room, the patient waiting room where she was. And then more officers came in, and that's when they were told to leave the building. Many folks here just wondering about their loved ones. A lot of people coming up to the hospital just wanting to know if their loved ones were okay. Another person that I spoke with, she was actually on the way to the hospital because her grandfather had just got out of surgery just 20 minutes or so before the shooting actually happened. And here's what she thought of the whole situation.
We didn't know what was happening. All we knew was there was an active shooter. And
I don't know why people do what they do, but it's just crazy. Why anybody would want to hurt somebody?
And that's a question many people are asking here tonight. Why would someone want to do this? What was the motive behind all of this? And those are questions that we may get answers to in the coming days. Right now here at the hospital, we are a lot closer than where we were just a few hours ago. The scene pretty much clearing out, and just taking a live look at what we have right now. This street earlier tonight was lined with police cars. Now maybe 2 or 3 that are here, and these are UAB police officers. They're not sure how long they will be in place. They don't know how long this street here will be blocked off, but again, this seemed pretty quiet. At one point, street lined with police cars, a lot of red and blue lights. That is changing now. We're seeing that officer maybe moving his car. Not sure if he's moving to moving out of the scene or moving just in a different direction here at the hospital. So right now the scene is very calm. Everything is pretty much changed from just about 3 hours ago when people were coming to the hospital wanting to make sure their loved ones were okay, when there were a number of police officers that had this area roped off from many different angles. So that's the very latest out here. Jamise Price, WBRC, Fox 6 News on your side.
Why would somebody do this? A question that witness is asking, and we certainly are all asking tonight. Josh Gant is also part of our team coverage, located just around the street there on another corner of the campus. Josh, again, we know that surgeries tomorrow are canceled behind you, but apparently the rest of business will try to continue as normal.
Yeah, that is the information we're getting from UAB folks. People tonight telling us that there won't be any surgeries tomorrow, but normal operations at this hospital will continue. It appears, though, we are starting to see patients being let go here at the hospital. About 5 or 10 minutes ago, we saw one patient in the back of a pickup truck. Don't know if they're being taken to the main hospital down the way or not. Don't know if that person was connected to the shooting that happened here. But just to update you, Birmingham police telling us 2 people shot here. That's after a gunman entered the hospital, then eventually turned the gun on himself. One patient still here at the hospital being treated, we understand, in critical condition. The other patient was taken to the main hospital, also with multiple gunshot wounds, also in critical condition as well. I can tell you when I first got here, this was a massive scene. I saw it from atop Red Mountain. There was numerous police vehicles here on the scene. Once I got here, it was very difficult to try and get to this scene. Made my way in and around this area because a lot of these streets were blocked off. I did notice before I made my way over here, there was a Birmingham cop. He was escorting some surgeons from UAB, letting them into this crime scene to try and get to some of the victims that may have been hit by some possible gunfire. But according to Birmingham police, at least 2 victims here. The gunman also turning that gun on himself, and he later died at a hospital. But right now, as I mentioned right off the top, looks like they are continuing to allow patients to leave this location. Right now, things have definitely calmed down over the last hour or so. Of course, we're still working to get some more information. Once we get that, we will pass it along. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Josh. Catherine Patterson is outside the main UAB hospital. Catherine, what's the situation there?
Yes, Steve, it's quieting down here outside of UAB's ER. Traffic is back open. As you can see behind me, UAB officers and Birmingham Police Department officers were blocking off 5th Avenue. We're at 5th Avenue and 18th Street. Traffic is now back open. We were told they blocked off traffic because they were getting ready to transport someone who we do not know. But shortly after that, officers opened up the road back for drivers. Now, officers with both police departments have been out here for the past 2 hours directing traffic. I think you'll have some video of when I got here just after 7:15 of Birmingham Police Department officers as well as UAB officers and the ambulance coming in. That is the only ambulance that we have seen it come in to the ER tonight. That was probably 2 hours ago. We do know one of the victims is being treated here for multiple gunshot wounds and is in critical condition. Now, guys, about an hour and a half ago, I met with a nurse who actually works right across from the ER at the Women and Infant Center. Her name was Rebecca Ahrens. She was operating on the 7th floor when she got a notification that there had been a shooting at UAB Highlands. She was told to stay where she was. Then shortly afterwards, she got the notification that it was safe to leave. She said she hadn't gotten in touch with any of her friends that worked at UAB Highlands, but she said that she texted them making sure that they were safe. Now, we do know that surgery is canceled tomorrow at UAB Highlands, but for all of the other hospitals, they will be operating at regular hours. Guys, again, we do know one of the victims is being treated here for critical injuries, multiple gunshot wounds, and traffic is back open at 5th Avenue. We'll continue to provide you with the latest details we can get. Live in Birmingham, Catherine Patterson, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side.
All right, Catherine, thanks. I want to bring in Dr. Mark Michelson, who has an office here at UAB Highlands. Dr. Michelson, if I'm not mistaken, you're an optometrist, is that correct?
Ophthalmologist at UAB Highlands.
Same general area of the body. All right, Dr. Michelson, thanks. Again, you were not there at the time of the shooting, but you can give us some perspective about the second floor where you believe the shooting went down. What's on the second floor? Is that where you come into that ER entrance? Is that the main floor, second floor? Kind of orient our viewers to this area of the hospital.
Well, first of all, our hearts and prayers out for the quick recovery for all of the people injured in this incident, number one. We're on the 5th floor, and I left probably about 5 after 6 and heard about this approximately 7:15. The second floor is where the surgery suites are. It's where the waiting room for patients is. So, I mean, if there was any surgery going on, it's possible there could have been some family members of patients on that floor. So I was not there. I don't know any details, but this is typically where the outpatient surgery waiting room is and where all the operating rooms are. This is the main purpose of the second floor.
Dr. Michelson, I'm just interested to know what you are thinking and feeling as I would imagine you prepare to go into work tomorrow in a place that is supposed to be free of this sort of thing. People come here to get help. But this is not supposed to be the scene of violence like this. Just wondering what your thoughts are as you prepare to go back to work.
Well, we anticipate normal operations tomorrow unless we're told otherwise, and we've reached out to our patients tomorrow that are having procedures performed in our office that we expect normal operations unless we notify them otherwise. We've reached out to UAB, and UAB has told us that we should have no problem with our operations in our offices. We're not in the main surgery suite, so that's not going to affect us.
Dr. Michelson, I wonder, just from an emotional standpoint, as you think about your coworkers who were still there tonight for whatever reason when this happened, or will be coming back tomorrow. They were away from the facility as you were when it actually happened, but you're going to walk back into this place tomorrow that is your workplace. It is your home away from home, and yet it is also a crime scene.